Hi guys, Dr. Lucy here from Real Life Medicine with another episode of Weight Loss Wednesday. I'm following up on Mary's post from Monday about gut health, and I thought I'll just do a brief outline on how important the gut is in managing our weight. Now, I think one of the things I want to stress is that it is important, definitely, but we don't know the exact mechanisms here, and there's a lot of theories out there, and just be wary because there are people unfortunately exploiting that concept and offering very expensive solutions to help your gut, in the quest for ultimate health and weight loss. We know if you've watched Mary's video, and if you haven't, I'd encourage you to watch it. Looking after your gut starts with the basics, and those basics in particular, eating real food, avoiding processed food, and in particular, avoiding sugar. Sugar is one of the most toxic things to our body in excess. We need small amounts of it for energy, but excessive amounts cause all sorts of problems. And interestingly, it's the same with oxygen. Like when you hear, you think oxygen, well, we all can't live without that. And you're right, but too much oxygen is not good for our bodies either. And in fact, it can cause things like blindness and all sorts of things. So I guess it's that too much of a good thing. But certainly avoid sugar, please. If you're going to do anything to help your gut, get rid of the sugar. We think flour, another thing, very highly processed, highly refined, and extremely irritant to the gut wall. That's the word I was looking for. Now, interestingly, there's a couple of sorts of gut bacteria that you may hear. One of them is called Firma Cuties, and it's easy to remember because it's not firm and it's not cute. It's the one associated with obesity, and we think it's the one that thrives on sugar. So it also seems to be able to actually send signals to our brain to eat sugar. So there is a gut-brain axis. There's a big nerve that goes from our large bowel all the way up into our brain. And some of these gut bacteria can communicate to our brain via this nerve. They send out neurotransmitters. So these sneaky Firma Cuties can actually send messages to your brain about eating sugar. So just be aware of that. Now, the good thing is if you starve it of sugar, it dies down. So a little bit like, putting a bit of Roundup on the ivy, it'll die right back, but it's blooming hard to get rid of it completely. Then the other one that you might hear about is called Bacteroides, and it's associated with leanness, with a lean body habitus. So again, not the cause of leanness, but maybe associated. There's a few interesting studies out there, and one of them where they got the microbiome of an obese mouse and they put it into a lean mouse. And lo and behold, that lean mouse became obese. Unfortunately, when they put the microbiome of the lean mouse into the obese mouse didn't become lean. So there's something else going on in there, and whether it's something like the bacteria affecting the expression of our genes, that's probably going to be it. We don't know. It's just something to be aware of. So I think watch Mary's video on the basics of good gut health. It's really important. Lots of different fermented foods. Again, don't get caught up in the hype and be drinking 10 tons of kombucha, because a lot of it has sugar, and all that does is then feed your Firma Cuties. So I think, in summary, reduce your processed foods. I can't stress that enough. I would also look at ditching any artificial sweeteners, particularly those old-fashioned ones that are found in Coke, Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi and Pepsi Max and things like that, because they're not good for our gut and they may well be affecting our gut bacteria. And I guess the last thing to say, Mary mentioned about fibre. You can get all the fibre you need from your vegetables. You do not need it from grains and carbohydrates. Those messages are myths and unfortunately being pushed by a lot of the processed food companies that make their money selling grains and processed foods. So just be wary. If there's a box and it says gut healthy or gut friendly, run a mile. All right, that's it for this week, and I will see you next week. We've got some really exciting topics coming up, so stay tuned and I'll see you then. Okay, bye.